Hello students, today we are going to start a new chapter, Earth Movements and Seasons. It is your third chapter. So, changing the seasons. The human beings, we will live along with a large community of plants and animals. In our daily life, with our community, we can see the plants and animals. We can observe the constant change in our surroundings. In the course of the year, what we can see, the flowering and fruiting of trees and plants, changes in the different animals, changes in the animals' activities, etc. All we will observe in our surroundings. As the month will passes by, we can notice that tree will shed the leaves and stand bare, the new shoots come forth and leaves grow again. They will give the flowers and they will give the fruits. You have noticed that in different times of the year we get different kinds of vegetables and fruit. It means not seasonal wise we can get a different types of vegetables and different types of fruits. In some months it is very hot and in some months it will be very cold or wet. Most of the subcontinent witness, it has a bodily summer, monsoons and winter. The far south, like the states like Tamil Nadu or else Kerala or the Andamans, it does not experience much cold during the winter seasons because the summer season is very brief in the northeastern states. Most of the North India, however, the witness all the three seasons with warm summers, cold winters, and the rainy monsoons. The ancient Sanskrit literature, it has divided year into 6 seasons. It has intermediate seasons between each of the 3 main seasons. These are called ritus. We have 6 ritus. We all know that what a spring, summer, monsoon, autumn, pre-winter and winter. All these 6 seasons. Each season it will associated with the certain agricultural operations and festivals. First season, the monsoon season, the Vasanta, it has marks the end of the cold winter with the flowering of trees. And it is also showing the harvesting time for the winter crops. A number of communities in India welcome their new year during this season and they will celebrate the festivals like the Vasanta Panchami and Holi, Ugadi and Vishnu, Baisakhi and Grishma. It is a time when it is the hottest in most parts of our India. The Varsha Ritu, it has marks the beginning of rains. When the rains will start in the month of June, it is the beginning for the agricultural operations. In most parts of our India, it will start from the month of June. During the Sharad, the skies becomes clear and the monsoon's crops ripen. During these seasons, the festivals like Deepavali will be celebrated. This season is followed by the Hemanta, which is another pleasant time across our country. Next is winter season, which is the coldest period of complete year. It will start from the month of October. The Himalayan regions they will receive a lot of snowfall during these times and a number of crops will harvesting festivals such as Lohri, Pongal and Makara Sankranti will be celebrated at the end of the season in the January. The subpolar and temperature regions of the world, it has a typically experience of 4 seasons. What are that 4 seasons? The summer, spring, autumn and winter. Here in the diagram, in the first picture, you can see that the tree and its surroundings, they are covered by completely with the snow. Snow is nothing but a kind of a soft ice. In the third picture, you can see that the same tree, it is sprouting the leaves. It means there is no snow there. Coming to in the second picture, the same tree has fully grown with the leaves. And in the last picture, ripe red leaves and falling from the same tree. So, do you know that why it is happening like this why? Because it is changing to the different seasons. So in different season, in 4 seasons, it is acting a different activities. Have you ever seen your surroundings which is covered by the snow? You may have seen it flooded by water during the rains, but you have never seen the snow. Some parts of our earth, it gets so cold during some months that they get snowfall instantly. This picture is taken in the USA. What it is showing? It's showing that it snows heavily in the northern countries during the winter. In summer months, it is not so cold, but still much cooler than if we compare to our state, if we compare to our country, it will be more cooler. However, the funny thing is that in those countries, the day is much longer in summer, so much so that you can see the sun even at midnight also, that much longer the days will be. Australia and South Africa and Chile on the globe, they are also called the countries of what? A southern continents. That is continents that are located to the south of our equator. In these countries, we have the cycle of seasons in different ways. They have winter when we have summer, and when we have winter, they have summer. So, in fact, in this pattern, all the places to the south of the equator. You're not the only ones which can get such questions, but for thousands of years, human beings have been curious about these matters to know that over time have worked out the answers. Let us try to understand why the seasons will change and why are some parts of the earth warm and some cold, and why are the seasons opposite in the northern and southern hemispheres. Factors affects the seasons. What are the factors that affecting our 4 seasons? To understand these, we have to understand the complex and interaction between several factors. What are that factors? There are 4 factors. First is the spherical shape of the earth and the curvature of its surface. Second is the daily rotation of the earth on its own axis. And third is the tilt of the axis of rotation, which is compared to the plane on which the earth moves. And the last one is the earth movements around the sun once in a year. It is nothing but a revolution. So we will discuss one by one factors in detail. So what is the first one? The curvature of the earth. You have already studied that impact of the spherical shape of the earth and how this causes the distribution of heat over the earth's surface differently, and how the region around the complete equator, it will become warmer than those near the poles. The second one is the earth rotation on its axis. The earth rotates or goes around just like a top spins. What does it go around? It actually rotates how around an imaginary line which will joins the North Pole and the South Pole. This line is called the axis of the Earth's rotation. What it is called? The axis of the Earth's rotation. All parts of our Earth, it will go around this line even once a day. In other words, the Earth takes 24 hours to rotate or go around its own axis. It moves from the west to the east. If a globe is facing you, it rotates from your left to the right side. You can see that the western portion moves towards the east. This is the reason why the sun, the moon and the stars will appear to rise in the east side and sets in the west side. This is, of course, it is an illusion created by the eastward spin of Earth. And the first and foremost, it will affect of Earth's rotation in the daily alternation of day and night. As portions of our Earth's surface, it has turned first towards and then away from the sun. This variation in the exposure to the sunlight and greatly it will influences the local temperatures and wind movements. Activity, you have an activity. What is that? Take a globe and focus a torchlight on it, on the globe from a small distance, and the torch, it will illuminates one half of the globe, one side of the globe. So if you rotate the globe in front of the light, then also only half the circumference of the globe is illuminated. Similarly, the sun illuminates one half of the earth at any given moment. The edge of the sun light hemisphere called what we call it as the circle of illumination. It is a very great circle that divides the earth between a light half and the dark half. So by this what we can understand, when the earth rotates, one side it will be a light half and it will be another side it will be a dark half. What would happen if the earth did not rotate on its own axis? Then one portion of the earth which is in front of the sun, it would constantly get the sun's heat and light, and the other portion would remain cold and dark. This would make the both portions unfit for the life. The bright half would be too hot and it will have the dark half would be too cold. Thus, this rotation will help the entire earth to get heat and light consistently on the daily basis. The third factor is the earth's tilt and revolution around the sun. We all know that the earth revolves around the sun while the rotating around its own axis. That is, it spins like a top and at the same time it keeps moving forward around the sun. The motion of the earth around the sun is called what? Revolution. Each revolution takes about how many days? 365 days and 5.56 hours. This is the length of a year on the earth. How does this cause the formation of seasons on the earth? Had the earth it will gone around the sun and this have the main place and the same seasons, what it will do? It will throughout the year. And all the portions that will get more sunshine would keep getting it throughout the year in the same way. But this is not so because the axis of the earth is rotated is inclined and points in the same direction which is there throughout the year it has. So what do we mean by the inclined axis? The earth goes around the sun and it also called as what? Orbit. On a level plane is open space. This is called the orbital plane. The earth axis rotation does not stand vertical. This is forming of 90-degree angle on this plane but is tilted so as to form a 66.5 degrees angle. In other words, it is tilted by 23.5 degrees. And to understand this idea, look at the following pictures. As our earth revolves around the sun, earth axis remains tilted in the same direction throughout the year. It keeps pointing to the pole star. It means which can be seen in the northern sky in the night time only. And this is also called it as what? A polarity of axis. In these pictures you can see what happens when the earth will goes around the sun in this manner. During some months from which June to northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, while in some months the southern hemisphere faces the sun. As a result here, when the northern hemisphere has summer and southern hemisphere has winter, it means it has a opposite direction, and when 6 months later December the position will be changes. It means when the northern hemisphere has winter, at that time the southern hemisphere has a summer. You can also see that in some months like what March and September, it is the equator which faces the sun directly, and both the northern and southern hemispheres it will get the similar amount of energy from the sun. Temperature belts on the earth. Let us see how the effect of the tilt of the axis combines with the spherical shape of the earth and how it will influence the distribution of the solar heat over the earth. We saw earlier that when the solar rays strikes the earth's surface, they fall straight in portions which will face the sun directly, and it will fall at an angle as you move away from that portion. The angle keeps increasing as we move towards the two poles. As a result, it is hotter in the areas which face the sun directly and less hot in the areas that will receive the sun rays low. It means at an angle. As a result of the tilt of the axis, the area which will faces the sun directly keeps shifting throughout the complete year. In March, the sun shines directly over the equator. Coming to the June, it shines directly over the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere. Then coming to in September, as the earth will travels further around the sun shines directly over the equator. In December, it shines over the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. Thus, you can see that there is a belt within which the direct rays of the sun fall at some time of the year or the other. This belt extending from where? From the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn. It is called as what? Tropical belt. This belt gets the maximum heat energy from the sun. For example, June 21st, it has sun on the Tropic of Cancer, and in March 21st, September 23rd, sun on the equator. Coming to December 22, sun on the Tropic of Capricorn. So like this, by the given dates, the sun will be on the place. On March 21st and September 23rd, throughout the world, the day and night are equal in sizes. So, these are called what? Equinoxes. As we move northwards or southwards of the tropical belt, where we will reach a region where it gets the warmth in summer but also very cold in the winters here. This is the temperate zone. The northern portions of this region will get snowfall in winter times. If you move further, the north and south of the temperature belt, you will reach the polar region. The seasons in this region, there are very peculiar. This region is away from the sun during the winter months and does not get any sunshine in the winter months in the daytime. That is, for 6 months there is no sunshine on the poles. For the next 6 months it constantly faces the sun. Throughout 24 hours it will be sunlight. There is no night or darkness. So the first 6 months it will no sunshine, and after that it will be completely day and night. It has a sun rays. Even during the day it gets very slanting rays of the sun. The sun does not rises high in the sky but only stays just above the sunrise point. We can also call it as what? Horizon. So it never gets very hot. For 6 months it is freezing cold, so cold that an entire ocean, the Arctic Ocean, remains frozen throughout the year. So cold, the soil becomes frozen like a hard rock and root of trees can't penetrate them. So trees just can't grow in that region. When the sun appears for the 6 months, the snow will melt, then a part of the sea also melts. Then the small plants like moss and lichen and some flowering plants it can grow. So when the completely winter season will be there for the 6 months, no plants can grow here. So when the other 6 months the sunlight will be there will be some plants which can grow in that area. By these, your third chapter, the earth movements and different seasons, have finished.